Thank you very much, guys. Thank you everyone who is present in the classroom and everybody at home. I welcome you in this workshop. Today, our workshop is on improving developing paraphrasing skills and avoiding plagiarism. You know, in the UK education system, where you have to submit your assignment as part of your examination, especially in your case, you have to read a lot, and then you have to rewrite in your own words. So reading something, developing your understanding, and rewriting in your own way, in your own word, this is something paraphrasing. And plagiarism, this is a very dangerous word in UK education system. It means stealing. It means academic offense. It means taking someone else's work and pretending as your own. It means hiring someone to write for you. It means you have not done your work on your own, but you have used other resources and just copy paste them and pretend it as your own work. So if any student caught doing plagiarism, to be honest, your registration in extreme cases can be cancelled and you can be deregistered from the campus. So make sure, be simple, be clear, whatever you write, make sure this is your own work and these are your own words, and you just communicate your own understanding through your assignment to the examiner. So what are the objectives of this workshop? What we will learn from this workshop today? First of all, we will develop our understanding what is paraphrasing. And then we will also develop our understanding what is not paraphrasing. We will make a distinction. We will try to distinguish what is paraphrasing and what is not paraphrasing. And thirdly, we will apply some strategies how to avoid plagiarism, how you can develop your paraphrasing skills. And fourthly, we will conduct a practical session. The people in the classroom and people at home online, we will run a practical session. We will do some exercises, and at the end, the objective is to develop our understanding what is paraphrasing and how to avoid plagiarism when you write your assignment. So first of all, what is paraphrasing? You need to understand phrase means expression. In the English grammar, in English word, a short group of words that are clear or that are often used together and have a particular meaning is called phrase. But what is paraphrase? The paraphrase is restate, to express something that has been said or written in a different way, really, so that it is clear. So this is paraphrase. All of us, consciously or unconsciously, every day, every time, 24/7, when we are talking, we are using paraphrasing skills because we are giving accounts of the events, or we are restating the things we observed or we read. For examples, like if you go to a shopping mall and, for example, you went to Marks and Spencer to buy a shirt, a jumper, and then you are expressing your experience of customer services, how you are treated there in your own words. That means you are not exactly saying what the cashier or manager or person who served you said to you, but you are just giving their accounts in your own words. Similarly, you are on the road and you see something, some accident or what happened. So when you report it, you just report in your own words, whatever you have understood, whatever you have observed. So you are giving the facts in your own way. So what is paraphrasing? Paraphrasing is rewriting the same expressions by using different words without changing the original sense or meaning. Without changing the original sense or meaning. This is important. When you paraphrase, you read something, you read a theory, you read Maslow motivation theory and all the elements involved in the motivation. So you restate in your own words, but with a clear sense. The meaning is clear. You are not deviating from the facts or reality. But if it's a particular information definitely this is not your own knowledge, you have to refer it. Keeping originality of meaning is important, very important, because if you lose originality when you are restating something or you are rewriting something, then it means you are not paraphrasing, but you are expressing your own things, not considering the facts or the base knowledge. Clarity is more important. Even whenever you will write your assignment, article, essays, report, please make sure it is clear. When we say it is clear, it means you are very well aware what are you are going to say, what is the objective, and what is the point, the main focus point you want to communicate or you want to stress on. Using own words to tell or write someone else's thoughts, ideas, or expressions by maintaining their original meaning. So, in paraphrasing, it's not only you read something and you rewrite in your own words, or you watch something and you give account in your own words. Even the thoughts, the ideas, they belong to other people. When you express a thought, an idea, you have to refer it, you have to, if it's belong to someone else, and you have to rewrite in your own words, but maintaining the original meaning. Sometimes the students think, okay, they think only the plagiarism is like copy paste, or you will not write the exact what is it in the book. No, even thoughts, the ideas. So if it belongs to someone else, please acknowledge it. Please, if you are restating, don't pretend this is your own thought or this is your own idea. Refer the person who has given this idea and refer it properly. In the next workshop, we'll talk about how to refer something following the APA style in how referencing, but that's our next time. We will discuss like how to bring the in-text references and how to generate the bibliography or the references list at the end. Okay, restatement of a passage to convey the core concept idea with simplicity and clarity. Restatement of a passage. You read something, you read a whole page, a passage, an idea, and you restate in your own word with simplicity and clarity. Again, I'm emphasizing two words: clarity and simplicity. You have to be clear. If your writing is confusing, you are mixing up with different ideas, and the examiner is struggling to understand like what actually you want to say, what actually you want to communicate, then there will be problem. So simply rewording facts, opinion, idea, or a narration is also paraphrasing. Taking words or ideas from secondary sources and crafting them into new sentences using own words. So you take ideas, words from secondary sources. In your assignments, you consult with so many sources. You go to library, books, journal articles, online resources. You use secondary sources, but crafting them into new sentences using own word. Using own word is much more important. You use your own word, your own idea. Rewording of something spoken or written to make its purpose clear. Even something spoken. Sometimes, nowadays, it's very common, the common mistake students are committing when they write their assignment, they go to YouTube, they watch a video, and they just try to write down whatever is being said. But again, this is plagiarism. You cannot just exactly copy the same thing someone is saying. Reorganizing an information or a statement. You reorganize information or statement. These all come under paraphrasing. So, a demonstration of understanding of the sources you read, events you watch, and speeches you heard. That's paraphrasing. A demonstration of understanding. Actually, this is paraphrasing. Demonstration of your understanding. You are conveying, you are communicating your understanding, whatever you have read, the event you watched, or speeches you heard. Reformulating syntax. What is syntax? In English grammar, syntax means arrangements of words and phrases to create well-formed sentences in a language. reformulating sentence. So you reformulate the information and you create well-formed sentences in a language. So, representing another person idea in a new way using your own word and own sentence structure. Look here, own words and own sentence structure is also important. It's not only your own words, but your own sentence structure. If you are following the same sentence structure, the same grammar, the same flow of information, that means you are just copying or you are paraphrasing word by word, line by line. This is not acceptable. Use your own sentence structure. Using own sentence structure is most important in avoiding plagiarism. Again, please keep in your mind. Like everybody has own expressions. You have your own skill. You have your own vocabulary. You have your own way to say something. So please be original. Say something in your own way. Paraphrases are shorter than the original phrases. Note it, please. Please do not try to just word by word, line by line, just making in your own words. No. The whole concept of paraphrasing is you read something and you develop your understanding and then you convey the core idea. So the paraphrasing, the paraphrases, they are shorter than the original phrases because you are not following word by word, line by line. Again, always cite, and cite to avoid plagiarism when paraphrasing others' work. Yeah, in your academic life, you have a lot of sources to read. When you write an assignment, I know you consult the books, the lecture slides, library sources, online, journal articles, and so many others. So please, to avoid plagiarism, remember this rule. If you are using other people's words, cite them properly. Now we look at what is not paraphrasing. So these are the common mistakes the student make and they think they are doing paraphrasing. Using different words but keeping the same sentence structure. This is not paraphrasing. What some student, what they do, they just put cursor on difficult words and try to find a similar meaning and just replace it, and they think they are doing paraphrasing. No, this is not the way you write something in your own words. Even you have to bring your own sentence structure. Replacing only few words and following the same sentence structure. This is again a common mistake. Just don't try replacing few words and you think, oh, this is your own word. No, the whole concept is you read something, develop your understanding and rewrite in your own way. Word by word and line by line translation meaning. Sometimes the student, if they're reading a book, if they need to write an article, an essay, they consult the book and they just start writing line by line, changing changing the words and few other things, and they think, okay, they are right. They are not all right. So word by word and line by line translation meaning is not paraphrasing. Close imitation of an idea theory without giving original source. This is again common problem. Close imitation of an idea. You bring a close imitation. For example, you say, there's a theory, the Maslow theory of motivation theory. The employees are motivated when their self-esteem is protected or when they feel respected. But this is not your idea. This is a part of a theory, someone else's idea. So if you bring close imitation and you think this is your own idea or own theory, this is plagiarism. Please do not bring close imitations of an idea or theory and present it as your own work. No, always acknowledge who this idea is, who has presented this theory, and always give the original source depending on how you are using the secondary sources. Okay, just changing few words in a sentence or narration. For example, here you see example, here a sentence, business ethics are an integral part of marketing strategy. For example, this is just a sentence. And you write, business ethics are fundamental parts of marketing strategy. So you can see here only business ethics, same or fundamental or integral. You just change integral into fundamental and everything is same. That means sometimes what the student do, they put cursor on integral and they just replace it with the synonyms or the similar meaning fundamental and that's it. But please note it, this is not paraphrasing. This is again plagiarism. Rearranging sentence order. Sometimes the student rearrange the sentence order and they think they are doing paraphrasing. No. For example, the company launched its new product in the early 2010 and you bring in the beginning 2010 the company introduced its new product. That means you are just changing the sentence structure and just changing few words. Again, please keep in your mind, never do word by word, line by line translation, meaning this is not paraphrasing. Always try to develop your understanding, try to understand the context. What is the context? So once you understood the context, you understood the core information and then bring it in your own way, in your own knowledge. Might be when you give the context, understand the context, you may not need to add this sentence in the paraphrasing. Might be you can do in a different way. Keeping the same construction of a paragraph. What is the same construction? That means same flow of information. You are just keeping the same construction, same flow of information and just changing few words. No, this is not paraphrasing. It's again plagiarism. Copying sentences from several sources and tweaking them together. Yeah, this is a common problem as well. Sometimes, for example, the student, they have opened 2-3 books and few research paper or they're sitting in the library or online and they want to write something. What they do, they copy paste or they take few sentences from this source, from that source and tweak them together and they think they are doing paraphrasing. No, this is again plagiarism. Please do not do it. Retaining most of the original phrases, again, common problem. Retaining most of the original phrases, even you are using the direct sources in your work, please, there is a limit. Please make sure and try to consult with your teacher, with the college, the campus policies, like how much percentage you can bring the direct quotation. It's not like, for example, you have been asked to write an assignment of 3,000 words and 50,000 words or 2,000, you are just giving the direct quotes and you're putting the references. No, there's a limit, 20%, 30%, 10%. Please consult with the lecturer or the relevant department to understand like how much direct sources you can use. But retaining the most of the original phrases in paraphrasing, this is again plagiarism. Following the same sequence of information, phrasing, structure, grammar, and format. Again, poor style of paraphrasing. For example, here's a sentence. Leaders' task is to lead their team in the right direction. They do not force but motivate. They believe in teamwork and sport. And you write, leader's job, look, you only replace talks to job, is to lead, same, their team in the right direction, same, they do not force, they do not press, you just replace force into press, but inspire, you change motivate to inspire, they have faith in teamwork and sport, they believe in teamwork and sport. In sport, you only change believe into faith. So this is again, you are following the same structure, same grammar, same flow of information. This is poor form of paraphrasing. You just need to develop your understanding of the context. You can simply say the good leaders, they develop their teams the good leaders, the core function of leaders, the core function of leader is to develop their team. So say something like that. Don't just follow line by line, word by word, keeping same thing and just changing few words. This is not paraphrasing. So the third part, the strategies of paraphrasing. Now the question is, how can we avoid plagiarism and how can we bring an exemplary paraphrasing? You have to follow these strategies. Number one, read, and reread until you understand the meaning of a sentence or a paragraph. The basic rule. Please do not try to write until you understand the meaning. Read a source, reread, keep reading until your own understanding is clear. If you are not clear, whatever you have read, your own understanding is not clear, then how can you clearly write to communicate this understanding to the examiner? So this is the first strategy. Keep reading. First of all, develop your own understanding and then try to rewrite. Make note of the difficult English words. English might not be your first language. Even English is your first language. There are few words, could be, there are words you come across, you don't know the meaning. So take the difficult words out, when you read something and try to understand their meaning. Okay, the third stage is find synonyms, the words carrying similar meaning of those words. Use following online sources to find synonyms. These are Oxford online dictionaries. You click on it and each and every word is free. You don't need to buy it. You can use it free online. You just write one word. The dictionary will give you the possible meaning of that word and also give you the synonyms. You can just do it. For example, you need to find synonyms for apparent. So type this word in the search bar and click it. First open this link, oxforddictionaries.com, click it, and in the search bar, type this word and click on it. You will see meaning of apparent. First of all, you need to develop your own understanding. If you do not know what is the meaning of apparent, first you need to understand, and then you will also see some sentence examples. So please, whenever you see a difficult word and you go to dictionary to find the meaning of it, always read few sentences. It will help you to develop your understanding, like in which context this meaning is being used. It will further develop your understanding. And then you will find also synonyms below the original word. So click on the synonyms given below the example sentences. You will find synonym for apparent as evident. When you click it, the synonyms, they will give you possible meaning, possible similar words: evident, plain, obvious, clear, manifest, visible. So look, you can see the possible meaning, but they are using different senses, different concept. That's why it is important for you to read some sentences to develop your understanding, like in which context this word is being used. Again, when you put the cursor on one word to replace it, and you do not do this exercise, might be you are replacing a word with some synonym that is used in a different meaning. That will change the whole meaning of your sentence or your paragraph or your information. So please make sure whenever you bring the synonyms, when you are rewriting, make sure that word is used in that sense which you want to use. So after understanding meaning of difficult words, read the passage again. That will help you to understand. Make note of the main points or core information. Again, when you read something, after you read one page or you read one argument, please just make a note of the core information. they will help you. When you will restate, you will rewrite, they will help you. So just take the main points. Rewrite information in your own words. If information is specific, cite it properly. So when we say the information is specific, it means, for example, you say the minimum wage rate in the UK per hour is 9.80 pence, for example. So who has given you this information? This is a specific information. So you have to bring the source. But if you say common knowledge, morning walk is good for health, you don't have to give reference. It's a common knowledge. Everyone knows, it's just a common thing. So when you just say the general things, the common thing, you do not to bring the reference for it. But if you say the particular things, the specific thing, then you have to bring the references. Especially when you use statistics, figures, numbers, or particular ideas, or particular theories, and so on. So here is an example, and then after these examples, we will run the practical examples among the student and the people online. Look, this is a paragraph, or sentence. Exercise now, exercise number 1. Paraphrase a single sentence. So Tesco was plunged into fresh turmoil today when its embattled chairman fell on his sword as profit collapsed by more than 90%. And you are writing an essay on Tesco, and you have to rewrite this information. How you will do it? So to paraphrase this information, follow this step. Might be you don't know what's the meaning of plunged, turmoil, embattled, fell on his sword. It's an English idiom. Collapsed. Might be you are not aware of the meaning. So follow these strategies. Step number 1. Take difficult words out and find their meaning, like plunge. You read it and make note of the difficult English word. You are not confident about their meaning. Plunge. It means fall suddenly and uncontrollably. Collapse. Plunged. Turmoil. A state of great disturbance. Embattled. Prepare for battle. That means the person in trouble. Fall on one sword. Assume responsibility or blame on behalf of other people. This is English idiom. Fall on one sword. Assume responsibility or blame on behalf of other people. Collapse. Fall down. Crash. So now you have understood the meaning. If I ask you, please go back and reread it. Now you can understand that Tesco was plunged into fresh turmoil. You know the meaning of plunge. Plunged, turmoil, embattled, fell on sword. So now you understand what the meaning is. Chairman fell on his sword means chairman took the responsibility. So once you have understood, then after taking difficult words out and understanding their meaning, the second step is reread the sentence to make sure your understanding is clear. That's the basic thing. And then find synonyms of the difficult words like plunge, descend, fall, crash, tumble, turmoil, chaos, trouble, confusion, commotion. So you just find their synonyms. Embattled, engage in conflicts, conflicted, controversial, collapse, fall down, slump, subside. Now you have the original meaning and you have some synonyms. Step 4, restate the information by using your own word and sentence structure. For example, you see here, if we have to, this is just one example. There are so many other ways you can restate this information. This is just only one example. So, for example, after the disputed chairman of Tesco accepted responsibility for huge decline in profit today, the supermarket fell into a new chaos. You see how different it is. So this is paraphrasing, and then you are giving the reference because this is not your own information, but you rewrite in your own way. You have written in your own way. Look, after the disputed chairman of Tesco accepted responsibility for huge decline in profit today, the supermarket fell into a new chaos. And look, that was the original sentence. Look, Tesco was plunged into fresh turmoil today when its embattled chairman fell on his sword as profit collapsed by more than 90%. That was the original sentence. And you have written it after adopting all these strategies. After the disputed chairman of Tesco, same meaning, accepted responsibility for huge decline in profit today, 90%, and huge decline in profit, the supermarket fell into new chaos. So you can paraphrase differently, but with a clear sense of information. So this is not the last one. You may say this information in your own way, but this is just an example for your understanding. Whenever you paraphrase, please make sure the meaning and clarity is clear and is there. So these example sentences were taken from the newspaper, so it's just a reference. This is second exercise. We will do in a group. What you will do, this is for everybody. Please, everybody sitting in the classroom, just form the group of 2 and 3 people, and the people they are staying at home. You can do individually if no one is around you, like a student. If you are taking individual classes, you can do individually, or even the student. I know this is the covered situation. If you are not belong to same bubble, you can form the group by keeping the distance. Please make sure you are 2 meters apart. But if you don't belong to the same bubble, you can do it individually. This exercise 2, paraphrasing passage, example passage. For example, this is a passage. Before we did only one sentence, but this is the whole passage. At the national level, a constitutional commitment to education matters both symbolically and practically. Constitutions delineate a country's fundamental values and commitments, as well as its economics and political organization. Because they are typically difficult to repeal or amend, constitutions are relatively resistant to retrenchment when administrations change. Constitutions also provide citizens with a tool to hold government accountable for unfulfilled commitments and rights violations. So this is the passage. First of all, what you need to do, read it, and read it until you develop your understanding. Then take the difficult words out. For example, if you don't know the meaning of retrenchment, something like that, take them out, find their meaning. After you have found their meaning, reread the same passage to develop your understanding. Then find the synonyms of those difficult words and rewrite the same information in your own words. But please make sure, do not just follow line by line and word by word. Just take the core information out and do it in your own way. And then definitely we'll discuss with individual people. We might run another exercise, but please, for the time being, you can do this exercise. Any question, I'm here for you. Thank you very much.